Hello my dudes, dudettes, and everything in between, and welcome back to FFXIV Games. We just had Sastasha pop. It took a little over 9 minutes, so yeah, the DPS queue times are killer, but here we go, our very first dungeon. I'm excited. Not because I'm new to it, but I'm excited for you guys. But I like the little previews they have at the beginning of dungeons if it's your first time with the character. It's really cute. Going to hit salute because it's nice to let the other people know that you're saying hi. Gonna start off with going over DPS. DPS stuff. Your job, plain and simple, is to just kill stuff. Just kill stuff. All the stuff. Okay. Now you also want to be sure that you're not hitting the stuff so much that you become the main target. The way you can do that is you can tell by these bars right here. The higher it goes, the closer you are to becoming the main target. But if a tank is doing their job, they've got their tank stance on, they're hitting all enemies at least twice, they should never become the main target. And then after here, you go to the bloody memo. This is the only word that matters, red, which means later on there will be a choice, and red is the correct option. I'm gonna let them know. That way, in case they try to touch one, it's not. Yay, a tank that actually takes up more than just one group. And this healer, don't do what this healer's doing. He is over healing. He's basically healing every small amount of health that the tank takes. You don't need to do that. You really don't need to do that. But in regards to DPS, it's pretty simple, straightforward. Know what your abilities do, know how to effectively use them, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and use. I know I already had a ether flow, but I'm gonna go get full between mobs. So yeah. Alrighty. Now with this area, always go and attack the clams first. They need to die. So long as they are alive, more and more of the shade seekers, the little fireballs, will keep popping up. But the shade seekers aren't really dangerous. They go down in 1 to 2 hits. It's really not that big of a deal. They're just more of a nuisance. Alright, we're doing pretty good, I think. Yeah. Oh, it's so refreshing to have a tank that actually doesn't just go with one enemy at a time. Or not one enemy, but one group at a time. We can do a lot more if we have multiple groups. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the dots to these because they actually have. And then I'm gonna attack the clam. Okay, we need to kill that thing, the Sastasha Oberon, quickly. Because it'll increase the amount of damage the other enemies do if it stays up too long like that. It just increased the damage of all nearby enemies. So, yay, I'm glad we killed it in time. I'm not going to be doing the best damage right now because I don't have that many skills or utility. And our basic ruin is actually not that powerful in all honesty. It's really weak. But I enjoy the class, especially late game. Once we get to the late game, oh no, getting close. Now start casting. There we go. I'm gonna let that deal with it. Go ahead. Now start casting. And this is a choice I was talking about since the word was red. Red is the choice, correct choice. Once you hit the correct choice, inconspicuous switch pops up. Go interact with it. As soon as you do, this coral pops up. If you were to choose the wrong color, and Ariel, those floating jellyfish things, would have, one of them would popped up and poisoned whoever had chosen the wrong color. Now you saw that AoE that went out, or that was about to go out. The tank is smart, knows what she's doing. She stunned, you can stun that, so you don't have to run away. It's a way for melee to do an uptime, aka they don't have to run away to get away. So, know how to use your stuns, they're very useful. Oh no, I need that. Oh, fuck me. Oh well. Loot, you have to roll for loot. There's no guarantee you're gonna get loot. Yeah. Especially, it's really annoying in game whenever you only have one chance a week to get gear, and if you roll really bad numbers, you don't get a gear for that week. It's really annoying. For those of us who have like awful luck. Like I have awful luck when it comes to getting gear in game. Now this one, the main target is Captain Madison, but make sure you kill the ads, because they need to go down so the tank doesn't take too much damage. But once they go down, pretty much just gotta focus on Captain Madison. I don't have to worry about that other ad because I had my dots on him. I knew he was going to go down because I just plan ahead like that. Oh, you're actually doing decent damage, Nero. Once he hits 50%, he runs away like a little cow with his tail between his legs. I don't need that. Wish there was a way to remove this, but there's not. Alright. This is a really good tank. She's doing a really good job, honestly. Oh, I need to change targets because I was about to gain aggro. Yeah. It can happen, and when that happens, don't allow it to happen. Or run towards the tank if you do happen to be the target of an enemy. That way it's easier for them to grab the enemy instead of you running around in little circles like an idiot. So, oh, can the healer keep up? Yeah. Now this is an instance where you do need to be a little bit heavier on the healing, but it's not like the beginning. This is really just a beginner dungeon, since it is the first one. Yeah, make sure you grab the captain's quarter key. go up here to the captain's quarters, and we face our next mini boss. That Kroll was a mini boss, so. Don't know why you're bringing it out here, but okay. Actually doing decent damage. Cool beans. Grab the key when it drops from him as well, so we can get through this gate. I know it's not the most exciting dungeon, but trust me, once I get to healing, it'll be a lot funnier, it'll be a lot better, because I'll be a lot sassier, because I'll be like, trying to direct what everyone should do, not like in a dictatorship, I just know what needs to be done and blah blah blah, I mean, obviously. But with a tank like her, I won't have to worry too much. She knows what she's doing. She obviously knows what she's doing. Yep. And this area, tanks need to be prepared for an extra thing. So after the captain, because it's the same dude, takes so much damage, he'll call a bunch of dogs to come in through that gate. And the tank needs to be ready to grab them, because otherwise they're going to go straight for the healer if he happens to heal when they show up. And you see how the tank is facing the enemy away from us? That's exactly what needs to happen. I really don't need to put a dot on you, but hey, And then once the captain hits 20%, yes, 20%, he'll run away like before. And that's the second mini boss fight. Or third, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how many they technically have in this dungeon. Alright, now this needs to be careful. The tank needs to try and make it so the long range doesn't start attacking the DPS or the healer, because they're not near. There we go, now he's getting it. Yeah, because it can happen where they forget to make sure that they're hitting the long range people, and they start attacking the healer or the DPS, mostly the healer. This is a very, very fun beginner dungeon. And a lot of times with these early dungeons, like up to level 40 or something, they have like extra areas you can explore, like up there. They don't really have anything, and it's mostly just to say that, get an achievement to say that you completed the map. But I found it cool that they kind of like, they're like, oh, if you want to explore, you can. Very rarely will you find a tank that wants to explore everything unless they're brand new. But if they're brand new, yeah, you're gonna have a little bit more trouble playing. So they don't really know what they're doing. They don't watch videos. Like, I don't know why people don't watch videos anymore. Like, especially with as important a job as tanking. You can get away with not watching a video as DPS. You can get away with not watching a video too much as a healer. But I do feel like if you're doing tanking, please watch a tanking video or tutorial. Tanking 101, blah blah blah. Psh, you sully our spawning ground, Tony Walker. That's Sahagan. And that dude took a frickin' spear to the face. Alrighty. Let's kill crap. And this is an easy boss. At the end of every dungeon, you'll have the final boss. This is the one for this dungeon. And for this one, all you gotta do is just focus down the boss. You don't have to attack any ads or whatever. You should be able to kill it before the ads really spawn. As long as everyone's, unless that DPS does something like that. We really don't need to worry about ads. And then the melee DPS should take care of the LB, which is like a super move for that bar down there at the bottom, the yellow bar. But if he doesn't, I'll have to hit it. Primarily you want the melee to deal with it. Like that. And there we go. That's the first dungeon, guys! And now you automatically get a piece of gear when you complete a dungeon. It used to not be that way. Oh, I should have. If I had... Hey, I got a commendation. Apparently I did good. Commendations, if I didn't explain, those are like ways for you to kind of be like, hey, good job, you did a good job to someone. Mostly I'll get them as healer or tank. DPS can get it if you're new and they think you did a good job, or if you just kill with DPSing. There was something else. I forgot. Oh well. But I got some new gear. I got some new half gloves and some new boots. Ooh. And these pretty much look the same as for all intents and purposes, the gear you get in the first 3 dungeons is the exact same looking and the exact same stats as the gear you get for doing the Hall of the Novice tutorial missions. So, yeah. But, alright. So, let's see how long that took. That didn't take long, I think. Oh, that only took 17 minutes. We got plenty of time. So let's go ahead and also do this Arcanist mission. If you forgot what we were doing with her, it's where we learn to summon Topaz Carbuncle, and now we're going to help her board a ship to inspect cargo, and they're expecting us to have heavy resistance. So let's be about our task, Clive. Pray and inform the steersman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered, you are to execute stratagem Hammerfall. Do not forget, your tactics are both your shield and your weapon. Yes, ma'am. Oh, and I use Emerald is it Emerald? I think it's Emerald Carbuncle. Yeah. Emerald Carbuncle, sure. For the dungeon, because it has the AoE attack. I don't use it for the boss because my ruin does more damage. But you want to use your Emerald Carbuncle in a dungeon. Very rarely will you use a Topaz Carbuncle in a dungeon. I've never seen one, and if they do, I just find it weird. So, hello. You're with the folks from Malvin's Gate. Hells, I knew there'd be trouble. Give me a shield, my dude. And this is about the point when I start really over leveling. I mean, we're still on level 15. Story mission stuff, and we're level 24. I wish I could stop myself from overleveling, but I have no control over that, to be honest. Not unless I would start a whole new class, and I really don't want to do that. Well then, I'm certainly glad to see you can handle yourself. You'll find the landing boat just down here at the end of this ramp. I'll have no part of what comes next though. Oh, and I remembered, we unlocked a new role ability, Lucid Dreaming. This is a way for you to regain your mana really quickly. It is a very, very strong ability that you will be using a lot as casters. Less so as Black Mage unless you die, but all other casters can use this quite a bit, because casting spells does cost mana, as you well know, and if you start running out of mana, you need a way to keep your mana up without having to stop doing damage or healing, and Lucid Dreaming is the #1 way. Deftly handled, Clive. Once again, I am reminded of our guildmaster. Thanks to your efficient response, we will be able to commence this inspection earlier than I had calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel out in the bay. Okie dokie. As thought of, if you would take the rudder, Morning Star awaits. Lucifer Morning Star. I actually started the newest season that they just put out. I love that show. And it's not just because Lucifer's hot, even though he really is. He's like super duper uber, like, oh yummy. But no, it's actually a decent story. Since their welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect, with a probability of 85%, that our arrival will incite further belligerence. I could have figured that without doing all your fake math things. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem Hardhead. The aim of our opponents is to buy time so that the suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. I do not intend to give them that time. We will bull our way towards the cargo hold as quickly as we can. Easier said than done, my dear. It is a tactic fraught with risk, but one that your presence makes possible. Shall we begin? Sure. If I remember right, this is actually a kinda difficult fight, because we have to try and keep everyone alive. I am Porcia Kalia. By the authority of the Melvin's Gate, I request that you surrender your goods for assessment. Well, now your bloody time couldn't be worse, lass. The old door's all rusted up, you see, but anything won't open. Carbuncle, tackle attack! Oh, you have to come back another day after we've fixed the engines. I will see that cargo now. Any vessel entering a port of Limsa Lumensa is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. I don't think that's the welcoming committee. The law, is it? Well, lads, I reckon it's time our guests had themselves a little accident. Pitch 'em over the side. Oh, no you don't. We got this. Alright. Protect Gret's friend mostly. He's the healer of this group. But you really need to protect everyone. Gonna slide up. I should probably put a shield on me. Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. Oh! Oh! Why are you dying? Why are you dying like so hard? That's the Rhoda! That's the Thought! Thought! Protect our healer! Thought! There we go. Now we're starting to. Gonna go ahead and deal with you. Oh, not me! Not me! Not me! Not me! Carbuncle, shield me! Really want to go after what's his face, don't they? God. Do some dreaming, so I'm running out of mana. Oh, I didn't use Fester on a non-dotted enemy. Oh well, we did it! Oh, that was actually kind of scary. I didn't think we would take that much damage. Oh my god! A masterful display, Clive. Now we can finally gain access to their cargo. Ooh, I heard that. I felt that too. What have we here then? It's one of the bitches Admiral Lapdog scampering about my ship. You're just like your mistress, always sticking your nose where it ain't invited. But no, it can't be. Ha, recognize my pretty face, did you? You do look rather intimidating. I like the hat though, especially that right there. That looks cool. But you were caught, exiled. Forcier, are you hurt? Can you stand? Stay back. You stay away from me. Forcier, please, calm down. What are your orders? I've had enough of your whimpering. And I've certainly had enough of these bloody books. Hey, dare you? It's clear you ain't learning anything from them. I reckon it's time you got a different kind of lesson. This is bad. Oh, and she's fainting. She's fainting. And she's out. Hell yeah! Never can preserve us. She's fainted. We must withdraw. Clive, quickly! Back to the boat. We'll carry the Forcier. Aye, that's right. You slink on back to your mistress, you worthless curs. Wah! Ark, 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 ark. That didn't quite go as planned. Alright, let's see how long we've got. Alright, I think we had enough time to turn in the mission and go ahead and grab the next one. But she was super scared of him, wasn't she? Like, that was like a traumatizing type of fear. But I could fast travel, but I think the quickest way would just to be come over here, take the ferry back to Limsa, and then use the Fisherman's Aetheryte to travel straight to the Arcanist Aetheryte. Yep, only 40 gil. A lot cheaper than teleporting. And then Arcanist Guild. At the Urbogram, we had a little hiccup in our duties. A little hiccup, just a little. It is good to see you well, Clive. Gus friend sent word ahead of your travails. An unfortunate turn of events. But considering the infamous Blackheart you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Dosmega? He was exiled from Linta some years ago, but it appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders. And once more, he dares lay a hand on poor Seer Kalia? The poor lass must have been terrified, though they have a history. If I had known Dosmega was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned her that duty. The assessor may require some time to recover. For Kalia, that man is a nightmare made flesh. Though her physical wounds will soon mend, there is little we can do to salve the hurt to her mind. Are you concerned? Angry, mayhap? Harness that energy and channel it into your training. Why do you sound like Darth Sidious saying that? Like, I can feel your anger. I predict we shall be needing your skills again before long. Everyone needs my skills. Nope. Nope. Yes, that's better. Cool beans. Go ahead and grab the next mission. Acting Guildmaster Thurbogram appears unusually distressed. Greetings, Clive. In case such doubts fill your mind, you should know that I am ever willing to lend an ear if you find your thoughts troubled. Okay, so I wanna be like, yes. I'm just kidding. No, you are not my therapist, girl. At the very least, I would have you know this, because it seems Kalia does not. The Foreseer has been missing since this morning. There have been other times when she has disappeared without a word, but we have always been able to find her. Alas, that is not the case this day. Were the Guildmaster here, we could deduce her whereabouts with nary a moment's concentration. I find myself beginning to wonder if those who devoted themselves overmuch to Arcanima are more prone to bouts of wanderlust. But, while I might wish to ponder further such oddities of character, we must needs organize a search party. Is it really that important? I mean, she might have just needed some time alone. Would you be so kind as to make inquiries in the Hawker's Alley? It is not uncommon for Kalia's wanderings to take a path through the markets. I mean, if you really think to, sometimes you just gotta let a person be. Just like take a step back and be like, okay, you need to do drugs, cool. You need to do this, cool. You need to murder, cool. That's fine. I'm kidding, guys. Don't let people do drugs. Don't let people do drugs. Murder's okay, but not drugs. Drugs are bad. Dodo's on! You seek a Makote agent of Malvin's Gate? Why, yes, I have seen her. Spoke with her, in fact. She was, however, apprehended by the Yellow Jackets. The assessor was drilling me for details about the Quirkin smuggling ring based in Ailport, but then the soldiers arrived and took her away. If you wish to know her fate, then I suggest you speak with Granada of the Coral Tower. Sure. Let's go ahead and go there. We're only doing partials. We're not going to complete this because it is a level 20 mission and we haven't gotten to level 20 in the story yet, so. I mean, we're definitely level 20. We're way past level 20, but For Kalia, yes, we brought her in for questioning regarding the appearance of the pirate Dos Mega. A member of the Arcanist Guild, are you? Yep, that's what this book's for, in case you can't, see. And I see no reason to conceal the nature of our discourse. Perhaps you are already aware of this, but the Forseer was once held captive by the rabid sea dog. Oh, she was. Few pirates sink to such depths of depravity as Dos Mega. It has been 6 years now since he was exiled from Linsa Lominsa for engaging in the worst kind of black market trading. Oh, I don't like the sound of that at all. I think I know what it is. And now the villain has returned. He is, however, both cunning and cautious and continues to evade our troops. Thus, we hope to borrow the knowledge of Porcia Kalia, whose experiences have given her an intimate familiarity with the way the scoundrel operates. At least, that was our intent. After weathering a barrage of questions from the assessor, we found ourselves, instead, providing the details of our search. Should you wish to speak with Forseer Kalia, I imagine she has already returned safely to your guild. Ha! Atta girl. She was being questioned and then was actually turned the questioning back on them so she could start figuring stuff out. That's funny. Alright, before we head back down to the Arcanist Guild and see if she actually did return, but I have a feeling I know it was slavery. It was a slave trade. Kalia was a slave. I forgot about that. Damn. And she was a woman too, so that had to be even extra hard for the stuff they probably made her do. Aye, such a task was in the books. Was, mind ye. I'm afraid the ship's already sailed, friend. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sastasha? Yep. It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor. None the worse for its voyage. Pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. The wheel will turn and our chance will come. Yeah, guys, don't give up. There's always a chance to go die. You are right, of course. But there shall be no rest till we've attained our goal, of lofty though it may be. This guy's name is Dolores Bear. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow your shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize and all obstacles will be overcome in time. That is optimistic, my friend. I don't believe that, but you do you. You should not think to stride. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavor, sir. Same to you, my dude. I hope y'all don't die. Live long and prosper. Back then, are ye? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I'll wager. Yep, all my limbs. Every piece. Fishbacks. And there I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. Whoa, I did more than 3, my dude. I did a lot more than 3. 7 hails. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sastasha, of course. Any road. All's well that ends well. Thanks for shedding some light on this mystery. I knew you'd get the job done, lad. You always do. Now, I bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens that I've had a request from my sister guild at Gridania, see? Seems the forest folk are in need of a venturer what can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready, and I'll lay it out for you. Okie dokie. Sounds fair. Party Finder, a way for you to find people to do stuff that you can't really seem to queue for in Duty Finder. Mostly used for endgame stuff, or stuff that can be soloed if you're a high enough level, but you aren't high enough level to solo it. We'll use that around level 50 to do certain stuff, and we'll also I heavily use it for endgame fights. But we'll come back and get him in the next episode. Let's go ahead and continue on with the Arcanus mission until it gets to a point where we actually have to leave this city. And then that'll be it for the episode. Arcanus Guild. Back already? You were led to believe she had returned here. I'm afraid not. So the Yellow Jackets told you something about her history with Dosmega, did they? Perhaps it would be best if I told you the entire tale. Dosmega's banishment was the result of a surprise inspection that revealed his involvement in an underground slave trade. The assessor that stepped aboard the pirate's merchant ship spoke of finding dozens of unwashed unfortunates crammed into that squalid hold. Among those prisoners was a young Makote, destined for some black market auction block. Yep, see, told you guys. Okalia was initially too terrified to even speak. The guild master brought her out of her fearful daze with the gift of an initiate's grimoire. Yes, the self-same tome that she has carried her entire career. Oh crap, and that was thrown overboard. Of course! Did you not mention that Kalia's grimoire was thrown into the sea? Yeah, that thing is done for. There are rumors that a Korkan merchant of ill repute has retrieved the black market goods the crew of the Morningstar heaved into the ocean. Even now, he gloats over his salt-encrusted catch of the Elport. It is entirely possible that the Forcier's most prized possession was caught up in the Korkan salvage net. I have no doubt that Kalia has reached the same conclusion. To Elport with you, Clive. That is where you will find our wayward assessor. Why don't you go? I got stuff to do. But that's all I got time for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see y'all next time.